steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Saturday, October 19th, College Football Saturday. Here, big weekend of college and pro football, but a huge card today. Go over all the games on the FBS board, and we got some good ones, some big ones tonight here and this morning, this afternoon, wherever you may be. Thank you for stopping in with me. 2 hours of action here. We'll have steam plays all morning long from the added board today as well. FCS Steam. Hopefully you're here to catch some of the moves on some of the other games that you can find in college football. There are a lot of opinions out there on the main board, and I'll give you winners up and down the line here today, but I want to get your plays too. So welcome to the chat, all stars. Hello, stars. And also everyone else joining us watching here on YouTube and X. We preview the betting card every day here on the Morning Steam. And, well, to get started, we do a little review, but I don't know how much time we'll have for a review today with all these games going off here this morning. And we'll preview all of the big games. We'll also try to get to college to hockey today as well as a full card of hockey night action. I've got some plays, and we'll no cap. Maybe we'll have some plays there. And hey, Major League Baseball, this is the final day of the American League Championship Series. We'll see. 3-1, Yankees have the lead. Let's talk about the action here from last night. The Mets, of course, in the late afternoon game, they clubbed the Dodgers 12-6. They led 8-1 in the third inning as Flaherty he wasn't what we've seen from Flaherty there. He looked flustered. The Mets flustered him, and the Mets stay alive in the National League Championship Series. We're not ready to go just yet. We do know the date of the World Series, but we don't know the teams. Right now, though, the Guardians and the Yankees today will conclude, or will play game number 5 with the Yankees leading 3-1. Stanton, another home run, a 3-run shot for New York. They get the win 8-6 in the game there yesterday. So New York leads 3-1. We'll talk about that game today. Also, we did have yesterday the premium pick winner, or the show winner on the Dodgers and the Mets game to go over. We had the premium pick winner with Yankees and Cleveland to go over. We also gave out the Yankees here on the show consensus plays 1-1 yesterday with the Dodgers and the Yankees. College football last night. It was a tough card to send out, man. I'm sure you caught my hesitation yesterday as our team's team consensus went with Florida State and went with Purdue. And, well, I had to hit the send button. I can't just – I say I like to go with consensus. When I got my pick, I'm not going to change it to go. I did have a premium pick winner sent out here with my service on Duke. last night with the win, their first win in 23 games over Florida State. And I had them yesterday, despite the advice of Team Steam Consensus. No problem. It was a good game. Florida State played well, but Duke gets the win also. Team Steam wanted to take all those points with Purdue, but I said, hey, I think it's going to be tough for Purdue to get 2 touchdowns. They'll probably just have 1. They had a 0, and the Ducks got their first road shutout in 30 years, at least 30 years. Oregon 35-0 over Purdue. We had the premium pick winner there in that one. We also gave out the winner here on the show with BYU and Oklahoma State over 73 was the final. We took over. We said that thing was going kind of low. The move was on the under. We gave out the over here, but the thrill was BYU keeping those hopes going. 7-0 now there with the game-winning touchdown with 11 seconds left last night for BYU. Didn't come close to covering really, but BYU got the win yesterday, and we gave out that over here. We did take Fresno State over Nevada in a premium pick. Probably got nipped there by the hook. You might have got in at -3 if you waited long enough, but I think we took an L there. But still, Fresno State, good game. Bulldogs, only 7 points scored in the second half. So somehow we held on there to keep that under there on the show yesterday with Fresno State and Nevada. Shout out Thomas Bird. I think he gave us Nevada, actually. So I didn't go against, I went against Thomas there in that one. He got, hey, Thomas is my man, no doubt about it. He had the winner there with Nevada, I do believe, yesterday. Also, we gave out a premium pick winner with my service here with the Princeton Tigers over Brown, getting the job done by 3 points there yesterday. I thought it would go over, and it looked like it was headed that way early on, but didn't go over in the end. But still, Princeton with the win yesterday. How about the WNBA finals with Minnesota? What another thriller. These teams are obviously evenly matched, even if their teams are built a little differently. We did give out the premium pick winner on the service yesterday with the Minnesota Lynx plus the points against the Liberty. They win it by 2 in thrilling fashion here last night. And they'll play a 5th and deciding game in the WNBA Finals. In the NHL last night, we won our premium pick with San Jose and Winnipeg to go over. We got nipped there, Anaheim and Colorado, with that overtime game last night. But hopefully you enjoyed the action. And tell me how you did, and let's see how we do today, Team Steam, as we get ready to roll here with our card. We're going to have to get right into it, gang, and just start previewing the games, and you'll have to slow me down if I'm going too fast. Let's take a look at who was here. Gerardo was here. He gave out a couple of winners. I didn't receive the winner. Well, I think I got to be over in Gerardo's Discord, and I don't know if I have the link. But Gerardo gave us a couple of winners apparently here. Hey, everyone, here's my right-hand man, my Ed McMahon, Thomas Lewis. He says, good morning. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube, the fastest growing sports betting content on YouTube. Check us out here every day. Subhuman here today. And great job from the guys on the First Strike video this week. I'll have a premium package, all the fights I'll be sending out with my premium picks. I'll let you know about those in just a moment. But we have UFC action tonight from here in Las Vegas with that main event, Michel Pereira going up against Anthony Hernandez. And Hernandez, I believe, the favorite here tonight against the exciting Michel Pereira. So that card gets underway at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. I'll have full card coverage with my picks over at Winnable. Tell you about that in just a moment. Hello to Curtis this morning. David Wallace is here. The truth teller is here. He's the truth teller. I'm the truth seller. Thank you, my friend, for being here. Hey, here is Subhuman. Look, he's got Brentford to score first half plus $1.20. He's also got Stuttgart plus 1.5. He's got Frankfurt plus 1 in action from Germany. I like, man, give me Brentford on the money line here against in the big game. A lot of talk here, it feels like right now as we get ready for this matchup here, this I say morning here at 7 o'clock here in Vegas time. Ooh, it's cold here in Vegas. Down 20 degrees in the last 48 hours. So the weather has turned to fall, and in fall you get John Facenda and talking football. Okay. All right, take Brentford today. I'll take them on the money line on the road against Manchester United. They're at least plus 325, if not more. I'm going to take an upset here as my free pick inside. If Subhuman's got him to score, I'm going to take him. Maybe you take him as a draw. Maybe you take him on the handicap here. I think they're getting only a half a goal at a little bit of plus money, but a lot of talk from the experts here that I've been watching in this for this weekend, giving Brentford a big chance, and I'm going to give Brentford a big chance. I got the goal rush here, so I can keep an eye on the EPL coverage. Truth Teller loves the intro from Peasy. Hello to Joey Harb, and hello to Art Thompson as well. And Jean-Charles here today. JW here today. Oh, look at that. And let's see here. Who else? Good conversation in the chat. I'll just whip through them, though, because we got to get rolling with the show. I want to say hello to everybody. Lee Anthony Quinones here today as well. Robert McCormick, hello. If it ain't boring, it's boring. And hello to Dixie here today. And Vegas Golden Knights fan, first-time commenter, thank you for joining us. Also, let's see here, anything else? And if not, we'll get rolling with the show. All right. And Lando here as well. Let's hey, just want to take a look here real quick, if I may, over at Winnable.com. I do want to promote my premium pick packages here. I'm selling some picks today. My best picks are over at Winnable. You can click the QR code there on the screen and get my best plays for today. Right now, I do have 21 college football plays loaded up for $4. If you can spare some change, brother. Actually, I used to charge $25, $35, $45 per card, and I've got 3 cards up there, early card, an afternoon card, and an evening card. So just know what I'm riding with today, and you support me here on the channel by going over to Winnable.com and getting my picks. I also have a free subscription package over there. You can get some additional plays. We had some picks, for example, last night. With the action in pro basketball, we had winners on the with the Toronto Raptors yesterday. We also had the under with Miami and Memphis. We had Portland on the VIP. Oh, the Miami-Memphis was on the show yesterday. But we did have Portland here last night as well. So, oh, man, let me see here. I'm trying to keep. There goes Mr. Computer again. I don't just have to deal with that, you guys. I'm so sorry about that. Here we go. Anyways, check me out over at Winnable to get these plays. Like I said, I'll also have my MMA package of full fight card predictions, results, round, and method of victory for the card tonight. I'll have that out here probably a little bit after I get off the air. I think I'm going to finalize it, maybe 1 or 2 fights. I'm looking at a few things here on some of the closer ones, but I do like to send out my full card predictions here. But check out the guys' First Strike video, Jeff, Mikey, Jim, and Sub. Don't forget Sub. All went over their best plays for the card. It's a 20-minute show. You can check it out here on YouTube. Also, check us out in the community tab today for some additional coverage of college football and the like. And don't forget to check us out today at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific, with the guys, with Mikey, with Jim, with Sub, and with Jeff, as they have, and I imagine Keith will be there as well with the coverage from Vegas here for the card today at the Apex. So we'll be ready to go there as well. Hey, you can also check out a few more previews. I know, let me see. We went over my previews with VB and Couch Warrior this week, I believe, was our guest, and we previewed 2 additional fights, including the main event. So check that out here on YouTube. Just find VB MMA picks. You might even type in Ramon Scott. I think you'll find those previews too. And I think between First Strike and my show with VB, I think we'll cover half the card there at least. So you can get a lot of previews in before the card starts and get your picks finalized. I'll send out my card as well. You can compare it here today. Hey, use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off that card. So, hey, $4, I can figure that out for you. That's 80 cents. So hopefully you guys support me here on the channel, keep me coming back. And yeah, if I could pick 75% winners, I probably just wouldn't even show up here. But I need you guys. I need your picks right now as we go over the college football card for today. Let's get rolling with the show and say hello to a few more folks. But thank you, everybody, for coming in. Justin is here and ready to go today. And who else? Dana Delp. Hello. Am I lying? Says the Jets are winning the Super Bowl. Hello. Oh, man. All right. And Dixie, thank you for finding me over here at Sports Money. Hey, this is where I'm at now. This is where I do my work here with the crew at Sports Money Network, and I'm really thankful for these guys to have me over here. I have a little bit of different program than those guys, the way I do things here, so I appreciate you, but also, I'm selling some picks, so please check me out there, and we got some great things for you in store here with the Sports Money team and the Sports Money Network. Thank you, Peasy. Thank you for the song as well, dropping the heavy beat. And I've got some steam right now before we get started with our first game. We're going to talk about the baseball game first, just because it's a big game today. But Tottenham just wrapped up their win over West Ham, 4-1. You saw early, West Ham was giving them a good game, but it was all Spurs in the second half. All right, the steam here coming in right now on Central Florida and Iowa State. Why not? What a place to begin. Central Florida and Iowa State over 50. What? We'll see about that. Man, that thing has just been going up and up and up. Is that really the way it's going to go in that game today? We'll preview it in just a couple of minutes. Let's get rolling with the show. Hello to Chosen One. Hello to my man, Thomas Bird, right there. And thank you, Robert. Yeah, no, look, you guys have beaten me down plenty of times there to, have the games last night. But, yeah, I did have a pretty good day on the card. And MMA guy, he says, all you do is beg for us to buy your picks. Well, here we go. Hey, subscribe to my pick. I was going to start the show, but that sounds like a great opportunity for another commercial. Get my picks over at Winnable. Use the promo code STEAM at checkout. Save 20%. I don't need to beg there, guy, but appreciate you always being in here. You're my MMA guy, and I want to know what your picks are in the MMA today. And if you could spare $4, I'm sending out my plays in the MMA card today. So appreciate you, MMA guy. And only 66 of us are in here right now to see what I have to say, and of course what our chat all-stars have to say. All right, chosen one already ready to go here with Auburn and Mizzou. Game under. Sounds like his play there. Let's start right away here, folks, with the game, with the matchup between the Yankees and the Guardians. Again, no need to break it down too much here, other than maybe talk about the pitching matchup a little bit here this afternoon. With Carlos Rodon going up against Tanner Bybee. Tanner Bybee has the better numbers, a 3.48 ERA this season. Cleveland went 24-10 with Bybee on the mound here, going up against left-hander Carlos Rodon. In this one, Rodon comes in with an ERA over 4, and the Yankees went 20-14 with Rodon on the mound this season. They also went 19-14 to the over here with Rodon on the mound here this season. So I'm going to end up taking the over in this game. The Yankees try to close it out here ahead 3-1 right now. So we'll see how you guys have this one, and let me know what we're doing in the chat. Today, I will have my premium pick sent out on this one later on, and you can subscribe to it. Anybody wants to for just chump change, let's just say. All right, let's see here. Thomas likes the under here in this one, and let's see, there he is with that under, and that's it. And that's it from you guys. Oh, here's a chosen one. We'll lean to the Guardians here tonight to extend this series. Like to maybe extend the series a little bit. We know the Dodger series has been extended now to a 6th game with the win last night. So, all right, Robert's on the Guardians here as well. I'm going to take the over. It seems like we're seeing the Yankees play some long ball here every game at this point. Right now, but certainly some great games yesterday, and appreciate you guys. It sounds like you're ready for some football. Let's start the card in college football with all these games today. Hopefully we got a pick on every game here, and don't spend any money at all. I'm going to give you a pick on every single game. No charge. Absolutely free. Absolutely free. Absolutely free. Rich Stubbs likes the under in the baseball game here today. All right. Get into it right now with college football, and plenty of action to talk about, plenty of games to talk about here today, and get your picks ready as well. You can put any game in at any time, and we will put it up there. Am I lying? Says I like UCLA today in that game against Rutgers. All right, and Thomas, I think he's saying he likes the under in the baseball game today. All right, here we go. First up, college football. The Demon Deacons of Wake Forest will get us started off. We're going to go in chronological order and then rotation order, if you know what I mean. Kind of just go with the games in time order and then whatever the rotation is after that. So Wake Forest taking on Connecticut here. Connecticut is a pretty popular pick here among handicappers. I'm really showing a handicappers almost unanimous here on Connecticut here today. The widely reported steam came in on the under in this game. Both teams have been big-time overs so far. Both teams are 4-1-1 to the over thus far. Connecticut comes in with a 4-2 record. They're also 4-2 to the number. Meanwhile, Wake Forest 2-4, 1-4 4-1 to the number here coming in. Wake Forest has gone over in 4 of their last 5 games on the road. Connecticut 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games at home. This total here right now is 55.5 or so. It opened at 58 at BetOnline. In fact, it opened high at pretty much all the books except for one. Circa opened at 54.5. Everybody else opened at 56.5, 57, 57.5, and it's only seemed to go up slightly here right now. So let's see here what you guys are doing. If anything in this one, I'm going to go here with the over in this one between Wake Forest and Connecticut. I'm kind of bucking that steam here at this point. I think my numbers are closer to that 58 or so that we saw that Bovada opener. So I'm going to end up with the over here. It's currently at 55.5. Let me make a little note there on that move. All right, let's see if you guys got anything Wake Forest and Connecticut here. Thank you. All right. We've got here, it's Thomas on Connecticut here in this one. Good to see Twisted in the chat here today. Missed you a couple days this week. I think I shouted you out twice. I don't know what I was taught. I said something, don't get it twisted. And then I said, where is Twisted? Rich is here on Wake. Hugh Janis is here today. Great to have him in the chat. And Gerardo says he's got some live German action right now with Mönchengladbach. Mönchengladbach here to win the game right now. Let me see what we can say about it real quick. Gerardo's nice enough to come in here and give us some plays. It's a big MLS card. I would like to get around to maybe having some selections. I got no premiums on the. Don't have to worry about me sending out any premiums in soccer today. Bet MMA here. Hopefully, Bet MMA checks out my show and also the First Strike show. We got some free picks for him. I know he loves free picks. All right. Let's see here the score in Germany right now. Mönchengladbach and Heidenheim. No score right now. Mönchengladbach favorite. That's pretty much the line from the game itself at $1.15. All right. I've got the over in Wake Forest and Connecticut. East Carolina is going to take on Army here in this one. Man, Army, one of the biggest stories right now, certainly in the country here, and they're a big favorite against East Carolina here by 17 points or so right now. And that's pretty much where it's been all week. It feels like it may be a little bit high, but who's stopping Army here at this point? I don't know if East Carolina can slow down Army. One of the most popular plays I've seen here so far has been the over in this game. There also has been maybe a slight lean from handicappers to Army here in this one. 70% of the tickets or so are on Army, and the public is big on the over here in this one. I'm going to take Army in this game and lay the points here for this one. East Carolina's, own this series with 5 straight wins, but this is a special Army team and a special Army season right now. East Carolina has gone under in 11 of their last 15 games overall. Army has covered 5 straight. They've won 5 straight at home. Let's take Army here, minus 17 against East Carolina. There is some support out there for East Carolina. I'm showing handicappers very, very close here, about a almost 3-2 margin coming into this one. All right. David Wallace, CCU is terrible. They've had a few moments this season, obviously. Roberts on here with Army. Am I lying, says Georgia Tech? Question mark? This is the East Carolina Army game. Army and a teaser here. Our Tom says, give me the over in the Army game. Justin will take the contrarian side here. Am I lying? Says, Central Michigan, question mark. All right. Let's see here. We preview every game down here on Saturday. We're here for 2 hours, so just hang in there on some of these other games. We'll get to your game shortly. All right. Am I like, does Old Dominion get crushed? And I said you could put any game at any time, and I'm all for it. And I'll show your pick and your comment. And let's see here. Gerardo says a little action here. Leverkusen and Frankfurt game to go over. More live action from Germany here. We said we didn't get Gerardo's plays overnight because I didn't go in the Discord, I guess. And he's got another one here for us. Over 3 goals here with Frankfurt and Leverkusen. They're 11 minutes in or so right now. Fernando, he likes Villa today against Fulham. This one's nearly a pick'em in this one. Twisted can only stop by, so take a snapshot if you want of his top plays today, including Colorado State, UNLV, SMU, Army, Tennessee, UCLA, and South Carolina. Thank you, Twisted, part of the chat All-Stars. And good morning to Patrick. Miami of Florida is taking on Louisville. Here in this one, you got Miami of Florida up to a 5-point favorite now, and the total here at 61. The widely reported steam came in on Miami here, but I'm showing handicappers for the most part leaning to Louisville. It might be by about a 3-2 margin. I've seen top experts on both teams here this week for sure, but I'm going to take the points at home with Louisville here in this one. I know Miami's won 5 straight right now, but Louisville's a juggernaut at home, having won 15 of their last 17 games. Louisville's gone over in 5 of their last 6 games at home. Miami's gone over in 8 of their last 9 overall, but man, 61 really feels like it might be a touchdown too high. It feels like I'm showing handicappers are running about just a slight margin to the over here. So there is some expert support for the under. And I don't doubt that we're looking at a game that certainly could have 7 or 8 touchdowns for sure. But could it really end up here in the 60s? It just feels like because of the trends of these two teams, I think the total's been bet up a little bit too high for this situation. I imagine they could go off on one another here, but I'm going to take Louisville plus the points in what figures in my mind to be a pretty close game. It feels like here today with these two. You got, let's see, for Miami, I think we had I don't know if I have my extended notes on this one actually, but nonetheless, let's just keep it going. We got a million games here anyways, so I will take Louisville here in this one. We got some comments here. Do your job, Ramon. All right. Fernando touting his successes here. And Philly Eagle Flyer here this morning. Thank you. Justin does like it to go over. Chosen One says Miami rolls the bill here. Thomas says he's got Louisville teased with Army. And Born didn't like the plays there. I don't know if he's trolling or if he actually didn't like the plays. All right. Robert says he likes Miami here in this one. If it ain't foreign, it's boring. Likes the over. And PEF says he likes a lot of draws today. And who likes a draw? I do sometimes. All right, keep it going here now with Louisiana on the road here against Coastal Carolina. Louisiana 5-1 coming in to this one. Coastal at 4-2 here. The widely reported steam came in on the under. in this game. You have a Louisiana team right now comes in. What did I say? 4-1 here, and Coastal comes in with a pretty decent record as well of 4-2. So got a nice game here actually right now. You have for Louisiana, they are just 2-3-1 against the spread. And you have them laying some extra points here. It does feel like that maybe that could be a little high. Coastal, it's not the same Coastal here, but they're 4-2, 3-3 against the spread. They've gone over in 4 of their last 6 games here coming into this one. Louisiana's won 5 of 6, obviously. The Coastal has gone over in 4 of their last 5 at home. They've also won 19 of their last 24. Yeah, they were better before than they are now, but still they're doing a pretty nice job. I'm taking the under here in this game, however, with Louisiana and Coastal. Call it 56 and a half or so. Give me the under. All right, anything from the comments here in the chat? We've got some picks coming in from, want to say hello and welcome to Dabby here this morning. Hey, if you get a chance, check out Dabby and the crew. I'll be probably hanging out in the chat across the street with the guys as they watch the early action. Hopefully we don't get a blowout in our early game. I believe they picked, I want to say it was ASU and Cincy. Dabby, let me know what game we're featuring on your channel or on the PSR channel today with your coverage this morning. Coastal here for Justin Thomas is on Louisiana here as well, and I'm going to take the under as we keep it rolling here on the morning steam with another good one here on another one on the early slate here with Virginia up against Clemson. Maybe it will be good. Maybe it will be close because I'm actually taking Virginia here in this one. Showing handicappers relatively split in this one. Maybe they favor Virginia. Maybe they favor the over here as well. But I think I'm just going to take Virginia here plus the points. It seems like to me the bettors that I've been following this week, the ones that are maybe doing a little bit more winning than losing, seem to like Virginia, and it's kind of put me over the edge in a game that I thought maybe was pretty close at 3 touchdowns here. Virginia and Clemson have gone over in 5 of the last 6 meetings here at Clemson. Virginia's 5-0-1 in their last 6 games on the road, but Clemson's covered 5 straight at home. So 21 points, that might be good enough for me. I will take Virginia here against Clemson in this one. And I just can't help but think about the news from yesterday when I think of Virginia right now with Coach Bennett retiring. We really didn't find out too much more about that, but it's just such an interesting story right now. I think it is kind of a big story that I've been thinking about. Anyways, I'll take Virginia here over Clemson. If you guys got a pick, let me know. Got some more soccer action here with PEF, Fernando Madrid money line and over. Man, I wish I was writing down these plays right now, but actually so many of them are going to start here at this point. Hey, it's Fade Ramon Day. Maybe Bet MMA was there with Wake Forest is getting steamed right now against Connecticut. I don't want to say that because that gives you away my premium. Hey, you don't need to subscribe. Wake Forest, though, getting some steam right now at a pick against Connecticut in that game. Justin has over here. PEF says he likes Real Madrid today. Thomas says Clemson's back. If it ain't foreign, it's boring. Clemson's back, but can they get that number today? I am going to take the Virginia Cavaliers as my pick to cover the spread here against Clemson, plus 21. Joe T, hello and thank you. Catch Joe as well, hopefully today on the show. Let me know, Joe. I'm sure Joe will be there for the coverage here and let me know what's going on in the community tab today. Check out all of Joe's featured plays in the community tab here on YouTube. Every day we're putting up some content in there, and we got big plans for the folks, for the fans of the Sports Money Network. All right, next up is, I think we were just talking about it a little bit here. Arizona State taking on Cincinnati here in this one. It feels like, I don't know, to me it feels like the sharper bettors are favoring Cincinnati a little bit. I'm showing experts heavily in favor of Cincinnati. Over 70% of experts that I've seen on my tally seem to be taking the Bearcats here in this one, but I'm probably going to look to the total here right now. Arizona State has gone under in 5 of their last 6 games on the road. Cincinnati's gone under in 4 of their last 5. Overall, Arizona State's also covered the spread in 5 of their last 6 games, 5 of their 6 games this season. Meanwhile, Cincinnati has gone under in 4 of 6. So, bad news here as a Bedosa, obvious injury here as Casakina won the first set 6-0. Bedosa had to retire after that first set. In action here today from tennis, and a big day of college football. I had to pass on the tennis card here, I think, with all the action tonight. All right, for me, Arizona State and Cincinnati, I'm going to take the under here in this one. Let's see if you guys have anything here in the chat with Arizona State and Cincy in the Big 12. Funny, it's fun to say those a little bit. All right, let's see here. Justin says he's got Arizona State, but Jermaine says he's got Cincinnati, and Frankfurt has scored. All right, I'm getting ready for Goal Rush. All right, next up here is that UCLA game. We've seen some commentary already talking about UCLA here in this one on the road, and well, maybe they're not getting as many points as some of the early lines looked that came out in this game. Rutgers started a 7-point favorite at Circa, and it's moved all the way down here to 4 right now. And I like UCLA. I probably would have went with them as a premium at 7. I mean, I know I was heading to premium land with that one, but down here to 4 points now. You can get 4.5, I think, in a lot of places. You can even get 5 at some places here in Vegas. I'll call it 4 here for show purposes so that make sure you get the best line. But I like UCLA on the road here. I know my Pac-12 teams have struggled, but I think in this matchup, I do think it is a decent matchup here, at least for UCLA to make it a close, competitive game. Awkward circumstances, having to go play this one on the road. Rutgers won 8 of their last 11 games at home. Overall, UCLA has gone under in 6 of their last 7 games on the road, but Rutgers has gone over in 7 of their last 9 at home. I'm just going to take UCLA here. Look at this total. Pretty low here. So the game expected to be right in the 21-17, 23-17, somewhere right around there. It feels like 23-19 could be a possibility as well. And did we have wine time in the chat? Did I see wine time? Can we get some comments from? Can we get some comments? Feels like I'm a reporter again. That was always my saying. I think. I see even young reporters, think, I don't know if this is the right place. I got to go on these, but, so often just feeling like they are owed, quotes. And I always just ask politely, would you mind if I interview you regarding today's outcome? I always was like that guy, just a big nerd out there interviewing when I did it. I didn't run up to someone and just start bombing questions. You always ask first. Not everyone feels comfortable talking. Thomas is on Rutgers here. Tom says UCLA first half. Chosen One is on the under, but Robert says go over. And I have the old, what's that emoji on the total? I don't know, maybe I'll figure it out. I got to bet the total here if I'm just going to have a pick here on the Bruins, but I'll work it out. I like the Bruins here in this one. Just wish we were getting a few more. I would have went premium. Would have liked to have gone premium with a cross-country game like this. Let's keep it going right now and head out to the lake. It's the last game at the cute little stadium for Northwestern today. They built it for this season, and the season's over. Their host Wisconsin here has an underdog of 7.5 points or so. Hey, I would have liked to have those 9 points that were out there a little bit, but here you're looking at 7.5, even 8 right now, 8.5 at Bovada here at this point. Total here at 41. Coming into this game. So I know where this one's headed, it feels like to me. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams at Northwestern have gone under. I know it's a different stadium, but still, I think the nature of this game, I'm going to end up with the under. Northwestern's been going over this year. 4 of their last 5 have gone over. 4 of the last 5 from Wisconsin have gone over. I'm taking the under, I'm afraid, in this one between Whiskey and Northwestern. Can't really go trend other than the series history a little bit. I am going under here. I'm showing experts favor Wisconsin by more than 2-1 ratio today. They like Wisconsin. I'm not so sure, but I will take the under with Wisconsin and Northwestern. Thomas is on Whiskey. Jermaine's on Northwestern. Chosen One's on Northwestern, but Joe Alvarado is on Whiskey. And Whiskey, could they be looking ahead to a meeting with Penn State? Don't sleep on Northwestern. If you're Wisconsin, you know the Evanston crew. All right, keep it rolling. Let's go to the SEC right now with Auburn taking on Missouri in this one in early action here in Columbia. The widely reported steam was on Auburn. The widely reported steam was on the under. I think I agree with the move here this week, it feels like, but I'm going to take Auburn here as my play on the show. Give me the Tigers of Auburn over the Tigers of Missouri here in this one. Auburn comes in looking for their first win in SEC play right now. Missouri is 1-1. Auburn 2-4 overall. They've lost 3 SEC games so far by an average of 8. Let's see, I think about 11 points per game. So look, it's been a struggle right now. Auburn can't even get out of their own way. A winning season would be a success here. It wouldn't be for Auburn fans, but right now they're up against it. Doesn't look like Auburn is going to finish over 500 again, despite having a veteran quarterback. A ton of starters return this year, but still, Freeze 18-8 as a road underdog in his career. Also 28-22 against the spread. Coming off a loss, Auburn has to avoid the turnover bug that has plagued them this season. They're averaging -2 in the turnover ratio in their games so far this season. Missouri's had a great offense, averaging over 35 points per game against FCS competition. So far, they did lose to Texas A&M 41-10, but here for Missouri, not a great role that they're in right now. Missouri 5-12-1 against the spread as a home favorite with Drinkwitz so far. And Auburn has won the last 3 games in this series. I will say this so far, this is big. SEC teams right now in SEC games, home favorites are 1-11 so far in the SEC this season. I'm going to take the Auburn Tigers here, getting the points. The steam went with Auburn. I'm on Auburn. 1-11 SEC home favorites so far this season in the balanced league. All right, let's see what you guys have here with Auburn taking on Missouri. And here is Thomas is on Auburn, Art Thompson is on Auburn, and Chosen One says take the under here in this one. Hey, MMA guy, take the under. All right. Justin's here. He likes Auburn in this one. And look at this. It's a consensus play number one. And you know what? Thomas has done a great job. I implored Thomas. I said, Thomas, if it's you and me, it's going to be a consensus because we weren't getting it. Thomas kind of bided his time, said, you know what, let's make sure we've got a couple of more on board and making a real team play. He saw it here from our Tomps. He saw it from Justin. Let's take Auburn. Joe is on it as well. All right. Philly Eagle Flyer had, I think that's a score right there for PEF on the BTTS. That's a lot of acronyms by yours truly, RS. RAS. I'm the real RAS Sports, okay? All right. Nebraska and Indiana. My Cornhuskers. Ooh, this doesn't feel real good here today. Maybe the spread's gone up a little bit high, possibly, but I don't know if this is a great situation for Nebraska. The widely reported steam came in on Indiana. The widely reported steam came in on the under. I like the under here in this one. I'm showing handicappers that I follow and respect. Almost unanimous. They are pretty much unanimous here. I couldn't find one with an over here in this one. Yes, I'm not talking about all the cappers. Hey, for you to be on my consensus list, I got to have heard of you, first of all. And I don't know. I guess I'd try to, I got to respect I got to think you're pretty good. That's how about that? I mean, I'm not great. So, hey, you don't have to be either. You just got to be popular on those, maybe some of those guys, I see them in the Telegram. That's how I keep track of a lot of them. I see them in the service play forums. I have the plays of all the biggest cappers in the industry. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not hiding secrets. I'm telling you. By searching the internet, I'm able to get the plays of a lot of cappers, and they're on the under here in this one, and so am I. I'll take under here with Nebraska, with my Cornhuskers on the road here against Indiana today. Let's see, that total all the way down to 49. Promise you that's a premium if I got it at that early number of what was it, 43-ish or so. Nebraska comes in 5-1, 2-1 in conference play. Indiana 3-0 in conference right now, 6-0 overall. This has been terrific. Indiana 15-7 against the spread, last 22 as a home favorite. They weren't always a home favorite, but Cincinnati's turned it around here. Obviously, Indiana's having a great season. They've gone over in 4 straight games. Nebraska's gone under in 4 of their 5 games against FBS competition. The Huskers are terrific on the road, 16-7-1 against the spread in their last 24. And Rule has always been pretty good in his college roles as a road dog here. But I think, some of the things about Nebraska and their home dog role was against teams that we know are powerhouses, for the most part in the Big Ten, and Indiana didn't really fit that bill as much in years past. But no doubt Rayola's been terrific for Nebraska. Rourke is a good prospect at quarterback. Will we see some points here? I'm still going to go under. Trust that move at 49. All right, let's see here. And we got here Thomas is on Nebraska, and Chosen One here has the under, and Thomas is on the under as well. And Tremaine says this is the first real game for Indiana here a little bit. And Thomas says, why not 7? Oh, am I a little behind on the line here, Thomas? Sorry about that. Yeah, definitely not. I'm showing some 6.5s out there. I'm showing 7 here at a Vegas book, 7 even. So I don't have any 7.5s just yet, but I will take Nebraska here, and I'll call it 6.5. Okay, keep it rolling here. We're going fast, gang. We do have a little bit of. Oh, let me pass this one along. Actually, I'll tell you what. You know what? I'm so enamored with people wanting free plays here. I'm giving them all for free. The Florida Panthers are taking some steam right now against the Vegas Golden Knights. They were at a pick'em or so. They're going to be $1.15, maybe even $1.20 here. I was going to send out the Florida Panthers as a premium pick, but hopefully my man Bet MMA guy is here because I'm just turning it into a free play right now. Take the Florida Panthers against the Vegas Golden Knights. And Fulham has a goal against Villa here. Fulham leads 1-0 just minutes into the game in our EPL action here. Marcus is here. All right. Thank you, Marcus. Oh, Thomas say Wyans. No doubt. Tom, Nebraska, you know what? I make fun of Nebraska, but look, they're 5-1, and this is pretty good for Nebraska. 2-1 in conference. There's been some lean times, and if Nebraska wins this one, not only will I bet Indiana, and I bought it down to 2.5. I'm not giving it out on the show like that, but when it was lower, for sure. My play's on the under here on the show, so. Full disclosure, I don't pick a side and a total on every game, at least over the air. It just seems like it. Like I said, if you're nice enough to come here and stick around with me for an hour, I'm going to give you a play on every single game. I'm not passing. Not if you. What if you came here to hear your game? What if you were a fan of the Tulsa Temple game and you waited all this time and I didn't make a pick on the game? Maybe you'd be okay, but let's continue on with Tulsa here. Take it on. Temple, a 3-point favorite here, and I don't know. I can't send out Temple. I like Temple. It's hard, right? They're already up to a 3-point favorite. This one had some all the way down at, I believe, a pick'em here. We have moved on here a little bit from. Oh, did I miss a game here? Oh, I'm sorry, gang. I missed the South Carolina OU game. We'll back it up in just a moment. I think I just want to make it funny here with Tulsa and Temple. I'm taking Temple here, minus 3 points in the game against Tulsa. I know Temple's been bad, no doubt about it. And Tulsa has covered 4 of their last 5 on the road. But I think the giveaway here is that Temple's even favored in this game. So, pardon me here. I am excited today. 6 of Tulsa's last 9 games on the road have gone under. 4 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over. I think this one could go over. The widely reported steam was on the over. In fact, and Temple's gone over in 7 of their last 8. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna give out the over. Let's go a double play. This game's pretty bad here. I'm going to take Temple minus 3 and over 52 for a double play. Maybe you want to tease them Thomas style in this one. Not a great game, so I'll go side and total here. Not selling this one, that's for sure. Not that I wouldn't sell a game with, crummy teams or whatever. Let's see what else we got here. Marcus, thank you. He said, Ramon, did you take the Indiana Hoosiers? Yeah, I took them down to 2.5, Marcus, and laid a bunch of juice, actually. Look, I'm a Nebraska fan. I think they actually have a chance. I know it's 5. The steam came at 5.5, 6, 6.5, whatever it is, right? It's got a little too high for my liking to give anything out in the game, it feels like. So I just bought it down and did a pretty chunky bet, let's just say, and laying the points there. All right. I have no problem with you calling me. You could call me Ray, or you could call me Jay, or you could call. Do you remember that commercial? In fact, Here's a secret. Right now, for everyone on the morning team, I don't know if I'd even say this back on the old channel. I'm Ramon Scott. Everyone knows me here. I've been on these shows. My family and friends, you can do this too. This is a secret here. No one else knows. My family and friends call me Moni. Kind of a young, fun name, but now I'm old and crusty. If you want to call me Moni, Mony, you can do it right now. I give you permission. New era here as I give away all my secrets on this Saturday here. Mony, you can do it. And, when the song comes on, the famous song, it was written about a girl, Mony, but whenever that song plays and I'm around and my family and friends, oh, there's your song. Oh, all right. Appreciate you, Jermaine, as always. Oh, my goodness. We've got more goals going on here. And let's see. Oh, if it ain't foreign, it's boring. Careful there. I'll let that one slide. And Joe says, I'm looking pretty excited here today. And I think I am too. I want a big day here today. Central Michigan and Eastern Michigan. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Let's back it up. The South Carolina-Oklahoma game. I can't miss this one for sure. Come on. This is a good game for sure. And I'm showing pretty sharp handicappers here on South Carolina. The ratio has been mostly for Oklahoma, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. The widely reported steam was on the under here. This one isn't going to make my card. I just bought South Carolina up, another buy point situation that I'm not, giving out. I'm not. Yes, I like to buy points. You can buy points if you're unsure of me, if you like the other, whatever. But I don't say, hey, I say it, but I don't give it out. Say, hey, buy these points. I don't do. That's one thing I do not do. I don't say buy. I say buy the points if you feel like that game needs points. If you've got key numbers you want to, but never in my handicap or service do I say take this team and buy points, because that wouldn't make much sense, really, right? I'm trying to endorse a team here. You make that decision. Now, I will say that I bought some points myself with South Carolina, and I'm not giving it out, mostly because of the fact that I wasn't quite sure on the side, and a lot of handicappers that I respect seem to be on South Carolina, and a lot of handicappers that I didn't think were looking that good this season were on Oklahoma. That's what my tiebreaker was. So shows you a little bit of the thinking here that I get into, and I can't make a choice myself. But one area where I did make a choice myself is on the total in this game, the total under 40.5 here with South Carolina and Oklahoma. Look, I know we're dealing here with some SEC action, and I think we're going to be getting down here with a little bit of under with these two right now. South Carolina comes in 3-3, 1-3 in conference so far. In their wins, they've been tough, right? This is going to be a closely rated game. So don't know if South Carolina is going to win. Hope they do. I bought those extra points just because I wasn't sure, but I've got this one as a knockdown, drag-out game that's going to be played in the probably mid-30s. It feels like here to me. Oklahoma, they had trouble certainly so far in their SEC games with this offense, with averaging really just about maybe 250, 260 yards in those 3 SEC games. They only scored 15 against Tennessee, 3 points against Texas. I know we're dealing with South Carolina now, but they're going to switch to the freshman, Hawkins for sure now, it looks like, at quarterback. So I don't know. For me, South Carolina 8-12-1 against the spread in conference. Their last 21 here right now. They're doing a good job in the turnover department for sure, but these teams, there's no series history to go on. They haven't met probably in, 25 years or something like that. So anyways, I'm going to take the under with South Carolina and Oklahoma today. What do you guys have in this one? Oklahoma's gone under in 4 of their last 5 at home. South Carolina's covered 4 of their last 5 games overall. Oklahoma's won 10 of their last 13 at home. What you got, Joe Alvarado says South Carolina. Thomas Lewis is on South Carolina here. And if it was a consensus play, maybe I would go with South Carolina. And let's see here. Any others? I think that's it. All right. I went with South Carolina too, but I bought it up to 5. Okay. Keep rolling right now in the MAC with Ohio taking on Miami O here in this one with the Red Hawks favored -4 in this one. And the total here is 43 or so coming into this MAC Sean for for Miami of Ohio here. They are just 2-4 straight up, 2-4 against the spread. Ohio's 4-2, 3-3 against the number, but getting 4 points here. I'm taking Ohio as my pick here on the show. You know, if I would have been able to figure out what I was going to do, maybe slightly with the total, something that I could have recommended here on the show, maybe I would have given out Ohio actually as a premium. They have 8 in the early session, but so I'll just go with Ohio plus the points here on the show. Ohio has won 4 of their last 5 coming in. 5 of the last 6 meetings here in Miami have gone under. Miami's also gone under in their last 5 games at home. So still a pretty low total, and it's gone down here a couple of points. So let me just take Ohio here +4 in some MACtion. If it ain't foreign, it's boring. I think like the Sooners in that one. And Hawkins, look, yeah, they were playing a tough team, right? And Auburn, not so much. And Thomas says give him the Red Hawks. Next up is another MAC game here with Western Michigan and Buffalo. The widely reported steam came in on Western Michigan. The widely reported steam came in on the over here in this one. And why not? Western Michigan has gone over in 4 of their last 5 games, but I was kind of more in the other camp. Buffalo's gone under in 6 of their last 7 at home, dating back to last season. And 4 of the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams have gone under. The total up here at 49. It was as low as, I guess, of, let's see here, 47.5. So I'm going to take an under here. I'm going to fade that steam maybe a little bit. Handicapper, 75% of the handicappers that I follow like Western Michigan in this one. But I will say this, one of the biggest names in the game, one of the most widely talked about handicappers on Buffalo here. And let's see, that might be not much there. And I love me some nachos if it ain't foreign. And but nothing too fancy, just some basic nuts. I don't need a bunch of stuff on them. Here, just give me some, some of that cheesy dip. All right, let's keep it rolling here right now. Texas State and Old Dominion. We go over them all here for sure. The widely reported steam came in here on the under with Texas State and Old Dominion. Old Dominion has gone under in 13 of their last 19 games overall, dating back to last. So I think that's almost a season and a half, actually, right now for ODU. Kind of a long-term trend to the under. 4 of the last 6 games for Texas State have gone under. Texas State has won 6 of their last 8 games, dating back to last season. Old Dominion just 2-5 straight up right now in their last 7, 2-4 this year. Both teams 3-3 against the number here. I'm taking Old Dominion plus 10 points at home. And so does Thomas. All right, we already hit the point where I might start to do all the games and everyone's tuning out. All right, we got 75 of you here for the Charlotte and Navy game in this one, and it's not a terrible game because Navy's playing. Now, they are huge favorites here, but Navy's been in such a roll right now. We know how good Army and Navy are. We're waiting to see them both play Notre Dame because they both remain undefeated. Navy's 5-0, 4-1 against the spread. Charlotte 3-3, also 3-3 against the number so far. Coming in to this one. All right, I'm showing handicappers here are favoring Charlotte pretty heavy. 80% of the handicappers that I surveyed like Charlotte in this one over Navy. I'm not doing that. No way. It is a big number. I'm going to respect all those cappers that did there. Go check out some of the scores here, guys, right now, too. All throughout Europe. These are live scores right now. Check them out there. Freiburg over Augsburg, 3-0. Leipzig over Mainz. Check those out as we continue along. Here, give me Navy minus these big points here. I'll lay 16 on the show here in this one. And, I may have probably should have. I like this total here. I know handicappers that I follow kind of were on the over here by about a 2-1 margin, but I'm not sure that's going to be the case. I have concerns about Charlotte here getting their team total actually in this one right now. So I'm going to go under. Let me go under right now on the show. I feel like I've already sent out my main packages today. I may add one more. You're definitely going to get some FCS coverage with the free package over at Winnable here. Well, I haven't heard any of my steam coming out yet for the FCS games, but here's some steam coming right now with a game that we've already talked about, a big game. Not big, but one that we've talked about that got a lot of attention, and it's on the total over. I said already what my piece on UCLA and Rutgers. We're seeing this one get steamed right now. I believe it may go up to 42.5 here with UCLA and Rutgers. This is a noontime start, 9 a.m. Eastern here. The total has gone up here right now as we're just starting to get a little bit of news here. Let me take a look here real quick. We're going to roll with the show, but we do have here. Oh, okay. Let me get this here for you, though. UCLA running back, Monangai, he is going to be out of this game. 7 touchdowns this season. He can catch the ball out of the backfield as well. Kyle Monangai, he's going to be out of this game here today, along as some with a few other Bruins that we had some question marks on, but their players have just been announced out. Jacob Anderson, their punter, they're going to need someone else to punt. Flip Dixon, the defensive back, he's questionable here in this one. I say Monaghan, he is listed as questionable, but we are just getting this news right now. UCLA has also Jameer Wright Collins, the running back, questionable as well. So just some late breaking information here on the Bruins. They've also announced Aaron Lewis will be out, the defensive lineman. Wesley Bailey, the defensive lineman, is out. Kenny Fletcher also ruled out for the season. I think we knew that already, the defensive lineman here. So UCLA announcing some of those players out here. I'm on them here, but there is some concern here right now with the Bruins lineup. The line hasn't moved necessarily yet other than that total. So keep you abreast here a little bit on that. Here on the Morning Steam, hopefully you're here for some of this late breaking information. This is what I pass along to you. All right. Also, a couple of players out for Northwestern. Caleb Komolafe, he is out, the running back for Northwestern. Also, Devin Turner, defensive back, ruled out of today's game just moments ago. All right, going to keep it rolling here right now with some action on that added board. Our first one of the day, I believe, Northwestern State against Nichols. This is a noontime start. The steam is coming in on Northwestern State. They're pretty bad, but Sharps are taking 29 points here, it feels like right now, with Northwestern State. They're taking 4 touchdowns at Nichols, just moments ago reported by the line service. All right, get your comments there. That was a lot going on, but Thomas likes Old Dominion here in this one. Philly Eagle Flyers got some soccer action still for us. Jermaine likes Charlotte here, and Navy's got that Notre Dame next week. Our Thomas likes Navy under, and whoops.
Final.
See here, that's it. Okay, we'll keep it rolling right now. With a big game here in the SEC with Alabama and Tennessee. Alabama's a 3-point favorite here in this one. I guess they haven't necessarily heard of Iamalava here of Tennessee, the great quarterback. Hey, got some Indiana injury news, and Nebraska as well. Nebraska will be going up with a backup place kicker here today as Alvano is out with a groin injury. These are just coming in. Indiana kicker also out today, McCormick. He's out as well. Also for Indiana, Robbie Harrison, defensive lineman. He is out of today's game. Tadarius Collins, defensive lineman. He is also out for Indiana here. Mario Landino is upgraded to probable, the defensive lineman. Alejandro Quintero will do the punting here, just announced right now for Indiana. All right, keep you kind of going on some of these, but we got to keep going here with the show. Alabama and Tennessee, big game here, certainly with big teams, no doubt about it. I'm showing handicappers are slightly leaning towards Alabama here in this one, but some of the biggest names are on Tennessee. I'm talking about my favorite handicappers out there besides Team Steam. All right, got some extensive view here, of course, on this one with Alabama coming in 5-1, 2-1 overall in the SEC. Tennessee also 5-1, 2-1 in the SEC. So big game here, certainly. Kalen DeBoer here takes his team into Tennessee, but you got to think of Alabama right now and their role at this point as a 3-point favorite on the road. It just seems awkward to me the way Tennessee is playing right now. This seems like it should be a toss-up game. So I don't know if it's Alabama's history of it. They've won 16 out of the last 17 games between these two teams. So maybe that has something to do with it, but I don't know. Like I said, I think I favor Tennessee in this one. I'm going over here. Handicapper slightly leaning over here, it feels like, in this one. Alabama's 9-2 against the spread. Last 11 trips to Knoxville. That's a long time samples. That's a 2-decade sample size coming into this one. But Tennessee at home under Heupel, I think, is a pretty good situation here. So I don't know. I just want to take the total, I guess, in this one, and I'm going to take it over. Tennessee's gone under in 3 straight games, but Alabama's gone over in 5 of their last 6. And I don't know, Milroe and Iamalava, my guy here, I've got to take the over in this game as my pick on the morning steam. Let's see what you guys have in this big one. All right, Thomas is on Tennessee. R. Thomas is on Tennessee. All right. Yeah, we're going to slow down here for sure, but I'll have a pick for you. Notre Dame and Georgia Tech in this one. This one's going to be played in the Dome. here. So Georgia Tech not on campus. We're in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It's Saturday. We can get some Chick-fil-A going. I'm showing some of the better handicappers that I follow on Notre Dame. The steam came in on Notre Dame, and the handicappers that I don't have as much respect for seem to be on Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is running 3-2 in favor of the consensus handicappers here in this one. I think Georgia Tech going to have a tough time scoring enough points here maybe to stay up with Notre Dame. I've got Notre Dame to win and cover here in this one tonight. I think Notre Dame wins. I think Notre Dame keeps Georgia Tech down for sure. I think maybe we're still overlooking I don't know if we're ever overlooking Notre Dame, but still have won 8 of their last 9, dating back to last year. They've gone under in 5 straight meetings with these two teams, and that's the way I feel this one's going to go. Georgia Tech's gone under in 7 of their last 9 games overall. They're 2-5 to the under so far this season. Give Georgia Tech credit. They're 5-2 right now, 4-2-1 to the number. The offense has been pretty good here, but I don't know if they're going to get more than 2 touchdowns against Notre Dame today. I'm going to take Notre Dame as my pick here on the show. All right. Anything here, you guys? Nobody cared about that one. Oh, no. Thomas is on. Georgia Tech. It's going to be me and Thomas here, it looks like. Well, a couple more from the MAC here of Kent State and Bowling Green. Kent State comes in 0-6. I actually have seen some very sharp handicappers today on Kent State. 3 touchdowns. That may be the reason why here the widely reported steam came in on Kent State. And every time I get to this panel, I start looking at the soccer scores because I've bet a few games. I'm just not going to send them out without my best research on them. But watching them here, I got to have a little action while I'm with you guys on the show, including my bet here on Brentford. All right. In this one, the widely reported steam also came in on the under, and that's where I'm going to go here. Kent State, like I said, despite they are 0-6 overall, 1-5 against the spread. They are 4-2 to the over, but Bowling Green is 2-4 to the under here thus far. So I think that's where I'm headed here is to the under. 4 out of the last 5 meetings between these two teams here in Bowling Green have gone under, and that's where I'm going to go. Kent State has covered 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams. Now, Kent State, one of their worst teams out there right now. They've beaten Bowling Green 5 of the last 6 times. We've got some major steam coming in here right now, and it's on the Wisconsin Badgers in that game against Northwestern. We mentioned some of the players that were out here, and we're seeing Wisconsin now. Remember, I said I'm on Northwestern. Well, I didn't say that, but I was on them as a premium, you guys. Still get over there and get my picks for the rest of the day. It's only $4, MMA guy. But like I said, there's some really sharp handicappers on Wisconsin right now. That spread has gone all the way up here to 9.5 currently with Wisconsin and Northwestern. So that steam just coming in right now. All right, and we're also getting more UCLA information here. Quasi Gilmer, he's questionable in this one, the wide receiver. They've got offensive lineman questionable with Jalen Jeffers, Josh Carlin, Kane Medrano. He's questionable. Laundry list of names here for UCLA right now. Keanu Williams is going to be out for UCLA, the defensive lineman in this one. Wide receiver Hudson Habermel, he's going to be out. Walter Anderson, the offensive lineman, he is out for UCLA. Their offensive lineman, many guys out here for the Bruins right now. I'm showing a long list, more names here for the Bruins in this one. We'll see if that affects the line. All right, we'll keep it rolling here, right? I just stopped reading the names. There were plenty more. Not all those guys are impact players, but they are listing several out here in this game. Okay. So in this one with Kent and Bowling Green, I'm on the under here at 54.5. Definitely getting the worst of it here. So that's why it's a free play, I think, in this one. All right. Here we go. Let's keep it going here with one more from the MAC with Toledo going up here against Northern Illinois. I'm showing handicappers I follow really like the under in this game, and I'm with them. I like the under here now. These two teams are producing some overs for sure. Toledo's gone over in 5 of their last 6 games. 4 out of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Toledo's 5-1 against the spread last 6 trips here to face Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois 4-1 last 5 games at home, and here's Brighton. Had a goal here moments ago against Newcastle. Brighton with a goal. All right. All right. Continuing in this one here, Northern Illinois. Both teams are 4-2, actually. Northern Illinois, though, 4-1-1 against the spread coming into this one. I'm taking the under here. Definitely lost a couple of points on this one. I'll take under 43. It was as high as 45.5, I want to say, earlier this week. All right, some added board steam right now. I always promise to keep you abreast of the full landscape of college football. Stetson is taking some steam right now here against Davidson. On the road against Davidson here, Stetson. The Sharps are taking 14.5, 14, maybe down to 13.5 here right now. Stetson taking steam against Davidson. All right. Keep the action moving here right now in this Toledo, Northern Illinois. I've said it. I went under 43. All right. UAB here. Looks like my favorite coaching staff looks like the favorite to be the first college coach to get axed. I don't know. Has there been anyone yet? I'm not sure, actually. But the returns haven't been good for my UAB Blazers here. 1-5 straight up right now. Just 2-4 against the spread. They're giving up 38 points a game. Really is their big problem. They're just averaging 20 points a game. I think they probably should have been better coming into this one. I probably will end up on the over. I'm sure they'll get more than 20 points here against the South Florida team that's averaging allowing 30 points per game so far this season. South Florida hasn't been very good either. They're just 2-4 here straight up coming into this one. So UAB's having trouble stopping anybody, and I still think UAB can produce some numbers here against a weaker team like South Florida. So my pick is just going to be on the over here with UAB and South Florida. Or Tom's takes South Florida. How about that? I'm going to write that one down because I didn't know if I was going to go against my guys again, but they're just not looking good. Okay, let's go big here now with Big Blue. Michigan taking on Illinois. Michigan, a 4-point favorite on the road in this one, and the total here is at 44. For this matchup. For Michigan, they come in with a 4-2 record so far, 2-1 in conference. Illinois is 5-1 overall. They're 2-1 in conference, so pretty strong game here, no doubt about it. The widely reported steam came in on the over in this one, but I like the handicappers that I saw in Illinois. I'm showing a heavy consensus on Illinois, and they're a 4-point dog here right now. When I saw earlier, yeah, maybe there's been some, momentum here betting wise towards Michigan in this one. This one opened as low as a 1. Actually, a couple of books moved at first to Illinois, a 1.5-point favorite, but it's all been Michigan from that point. But I don't know if I'm seeing it that way here today. I'm kind of on Illinois' bandwagon a little bit, and I still think Michigan has some things to work out. For Michigan, they've in games where they're favored, maybe it might be a little bit better for them offensively, but they've also had some struggles offensively as well. They lost on the road last week at Washington, 27-17, and now they've got to play another game here on the road here this week. So, look, I don't doubt that Michigan has a pretty stout defense here. They've got a strong coordinator here, obviously. They've got a veteran quarterback on offense, but I'm all about this Illinois momentum right now. I know last week was a heartbreak or a disaster, really, the 50-49 game. They won it in overtime, but they led, remember, 27-3 in the third quarter. We talked about that game yesterday, but their only loss is to Penn State right now. So no problem. That was on the road there. So give me the over here in this one. Michigan's won 6 straight in this series, 12 of the last 14. Overall, they have only gone, however, 3-4 against the spread at Illinois the last 7 trips into Champaign. So here, under in 4 of the last 5 meetings, but I'm going to trust this team here. I'm going over in Michigan and Illinois. Illinois has been giving up some rushing yards, that's for sure here right now. So Michigan in a pretty good 19-11-3 against the spread, last 33 in conference, but 7-12 against the spread, last 19 off of a loss. All right, a few comments here, at least on this game. And Thomas says he doesn't like Michigan because he lives in Ohio, and that's just the way it is for people in Ohio. We know what they say about Michigan. All right, our Thompson likes the under, and Rich likes Michigan. Thank you, Rich. Great to see you today. Keep it going here right now with our next matchup in the Transatlantic Conference. Should have called it that, man. That would have provoked everybody. All right. And let's see. I'm looking at some scores still back there. Southampton over Leicester, 2-0. What else? Bologna leading 2-1. Mönchengladbach 1-1. Everton 1-0. Brighton 1-0. All right. Here we go right now. North Carolina State taking on Cal. And, well, what can you say about these teams from North Carolina this season? It's been a joke, actually, but we'll see if they can get it back on track here. Cal, an 8.5-point favorite here in this one. Not only are the North Carolina teams not winning, they're not covering either. So could this be the day for North Carolina State? They're 0-7 against the spread thus far this season. And, well, I do think the spread, I don't know, maybe my numbers are stale. Maybe they're not caught up. I feel like this is a spot for NC State in this one at 8.5. It went up to 10, I want to say, a couple of days ago. So there's obviously been some type of buyback here. Well, you know what? It's 9.5 or 10 right now. I'll leave it at 8.5 on screen. We've got a long show, and we don't need to update it here. Just take my word for it. But I am showing right now that NC State is getting mostly 9.5s and 10s out there currently. And, well, I'll just whisper it because they are 0-7 against the spread, but I've got to take North Carolina State here against Cal in this one. I don't here comes, let's see here. Oh, no, you guys aren't going to be interested in any of that. Some foreign soccer steam, I think. Maybe you are, but not any of the leagues that I really follow, or you guys follow either. All right, give me North Carolina State today. I don't think anybody's going to. Richie will take them with me. All right, thanks. Okay, and man, Muchova had to retire in the second set as well against Mira Andreeva. Okay, wow. Where is that match? Oh man, did I not have that match even on? What's going on here? I'm doing a show. Here we go. Keep it going. Houston and KU in this one. You've got Houston on the road here, plus the points at +5. Another game where I did take Houston. I bought points. I bought several points. I bought it up all the way to 8.5 here in this one. The widely reported steam came in on Houston. Kansas is 0-6 against the spread so far. How they've fallen, right? I mean, remember we were just singing the praises a couple years ago of, it's Kansas, but remember they've been, not great at football over the years, but they came up with some good teams for a few years. But feels like we're back to old Kansas right now, and I don't like it too much. But Kansas is 1-5, 0-6 against the spread so far this season. Houston is 0-6 to the under so far. The widely reported steam came in on the under. I got to think this is under city here, quite frankly. If I wouldn't, I not giving out Houston, I'm not going to give them out on the show. I'm just telling you I bet them. And so I like the under. I probably would have went premium, but I want to have a play here on the show. This is how I work it. Give me the under here in this one. It's down to 46. It was as high as 49.5, and I preferred the under. So I've got to take the under here in this one with Houston and Kansas here today. So let me know what you guys have. Houston's gone under. I'm sorry. Kansas has gone under. I talked about Houston already. Kansas has gone under in 4 of their last 5 games at home. Kansas also 1-4 against the spread their last 5 at home, dating back to last season. Kansas wins and Houston covers, says Rich here in this one. And I hope so. I think that's what I'm looking at, actually. Thomas is on Houston. Rice and Tulane in this one with Tulane here, a 21.5 point favorite here. And let me see here. For Tulane coming in, they've got a record of 4-2, but they're 5-1 against the spread. Now that does mean that obviously they have a little bit of penchant for the underdog role this season, but they're favored big time against 2-4 Rice here in this one. How's Rice? I don't think Rice is going to have very much success here offensively. The total totally looks high to me in this one. I think Tulane probably wins this game. I'm 35-7. Now maybe how about let's see, just 42-14. That's too much. That's too many points. 35-7. I think that's where I'm going. 35-7. Right around there, exact score line. 35-10, that's still only 45 points. 35-10's okay. I'll take it. 35-10, 38-10, somewhere right in there, I'm going to say exact score line. Approximate score line here. I like Tulane to cover the spread against Rice in this one. Tulane's averaging 42.5 points per game this season. Rice will try to slow it down, of course, with doing the things that they do. But for me, I'm just going to take a late 21.5 here on the show. All right, we've got more added board steam. We just talked about Northwestern State, and the Sharps took 28 points. Now you know why. They're taking the under here as well at 54.5, and it's going down lower here, even to 53 as we speak. So what they're saying here is that Nicholls State will not roll up as big of number as maybe they were expected to here in this one. Maybe they'll be closer to 42-10 would be that'd be a cover for Nicholls, but nonetheless, right about there. Line here had moved steam on Northwestern State and the under on the added board. All right, keep it rolling here. Oh, let me see. You got a couple comments maybe. Hello to Udaya today. Good morning. Good morning. here's some main board steam coming in right now on Louisiana in that game against Lafayette. Now, I reported when I talked about that game and I gave out the under that the widely reported steam came in on the under, and I wasn't ready to go with my Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, but the steam's coming in on Coastal right now, and I'm going to look into it right after the show. I'm going to be missing out here because the spread is going to be down to probably 3.5 or 3, I think, here for UL Lafayette on the road, Louisiana. But I think I'm going to end up with a bet there on Coastal today. I gave out the under. That's my official play. But I'm going to head to the window now, I think, and probably take Coastal when I get off the air here. Got to be honest with you. All right. What did we say there? We gave out the play with the Rice and Tulane. Yeah, we laid it. Florida Atlantic has taken on UTSA. It's been a tough go, certainly, for UTSA so far this season. But both teams are 2-4 in this one. But UTSA is 1-5 against the spread. They have not been a good favorite so far. Meanwhile, for Florida Atlantic, they are 3-3 against the spread so far. And have they done it? Brentford, goal, 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 goal. Man U's upset. They're protesting. We'll see. They're in extra time right now in the first half here. But Brentford has scored, it looks like, in the first half against Manchester United. And it's all about Brentford. I mean, it's a fade, right, of Man U, but it's also about Brentford a little bit. Certainly off the corner kick, the header. It was a beautiful goal. I don't know other than the fact that maybe it was over the, it was the last minute of injury time here for sure, but terrific goal. All right. Florida Atlantic and Texas San Antonio. We got to keep the show flowing as I'm with you here for 2.5 hours for sure. So in this one, Texas San Antonio, as I mentioned, they've had their struggles. It's mostly been with their defense so far this season. The widely reported steam came in on UTSA. They were as low as a 4-point favorite by my recalculation, by my recollection here, checking the lines every night like I do. And the steam also came in on the under here, and I'm all about that. I think, to me, this looks like 52.5. We're definitely not getting the best of it here, but I would have to think this one is going under here. And for my play, I am going to take UTSA actually as the play at -6.5. I did flip-flop those actually. I would have actually laid UTSA at the original number, and I really like the under at 56. I still like the under. It's gone down considerably from a high of 56, but I think we're going to see a lower scoring game for sure today. Florida Atlantic doesn't look very good right now. So, all right, let's take a look and see what you guys have here. If in this one, I'm kind of hemming and hawing. I lost my place a little bit. Okay, here we go. Subhuman says they got it right there. And PEF says we got it first half. Brentford with Pinnock with that goal. The beautiful header. All right, we're going to keep on moving on here, I think, with the matchups. Let's go here. Let me butt in here real quick with another added board game, getting you some more plays here if you're interested. St. Francis, Thomas are taking on Wagner here today. St. Francis was about a 4.5-point favorite on the road, but Wagner is taking the steam here in this one, and now St. Francis is probably going to be down to 3.5 or 3 here. It looks like right now steam is coming in big time on Wagner. And if any of you check these steam moves out as I give them along. You're going to see here by the time we get off the air, you probably missed out on a few more points. So just up to you, but keep track of them, and you'll see the results here. I'm not talking about wins or losses necessarily, but I'm talking about some CLV. So if you're coming loaded with some FCS numbers, I'm going to help you out here on the show. All right. Let's keep it rolling here right now with the Hawaii game, taking on Washington State. Hawaii coming to the mainland here to take on the Cougs. And, hey, I got to like the Cougars here. I like them by probably 3 touchdowns in this one. Not sure about the total at 55.5. It looks a little bit high to me. I think this total actually was bet up from 52.5, and I'm not sure that's the right direction here. Look, I mean, Hawaii, I don't know, am I a Hawaii fan at this point, it feels like, is all I can say about it. I'm not sure they're in a good situation here in this matchup against Washington State. So give me Washington State at -18 here in this one. I'll take the Cougs. All right, Thomas, I'll check it out. I'll watch it. I'm sure it's on ESPN+. All right, James Madison, we got to keep it rolling, man. We've been halfway through this card. James Madison, we might just start rolling out the picks here a little bit, it feels like. All right, here, James Madison on the road, 10-point favorite against Georgia Southern. I would think it's a mismatch. I mean, it says mismatch on the screen there at 10, but, man, if I had a pick on the total here, because I do think, look, I'm not sure. 59, that might seem about right. 40 to 35, 25 would be 60 points. 25 is hard to get. So I'm thinking maybe somewhere more around the range of 38 to 24, maybe something like that for James Madison. In other words, I like James Madison here. Look, my total range was between 57.5 to 62.5. That's how I do it. You know, when I have my numbers, I don't have a target number. I use a window of numbers. And then if the number falls outside of the consensus window, like I said, I use many different opinions, right? I don't just rely on myself. I don't operate like that. I look at all the ratings, right, of the services that are out there. So, you know, the ratings on the Massey ratings, the Sagarin ratings, the VSIN ratings. I look at them all, and then I have my own rating, and I mash them together. I take a window, and then I see where we stand. I got James Madison here, but that total falls right in the middle. All right, JMU is my pick here in this one. They've also won 9 of their last 11 games on the road. Georgia Southern's red hot at home. Don't forget about them. They're 8-2 straight up in their last 10 at home, 4-1 in their last 5 here as they come in with a good, strong record here. It's 5-1 against 4-2 in a big game here today. All right. Keep it moving here right now with Baylor taking on Texas Tech here in this one. And we have Texas Tech favored at home -6 and the total here of 56. All right, for Baylor coming in, they're just 2-4 right now. As you know, they've definitely had some woes here coming in, but it does seem like some good handicappers are on Baylor, and the handicappers that I don't like as much are on Texas Tech, but they're still running about, I counted up a 10-3 ratio of handicappers that I liked on Texas Tech. I couldn't put it out as a premium, even though I like Texas Tech. The steam came in on Texas Tech. Steam actually came in on the over as well, and I still don't think this is probably my favorite play of the day is on the total here, but I'll just keep my mouth quiet. Hopefully you won't listen to Bet MMA and you'll go get my picks, but I like Texas Tech to handle this one, man. Texas Tech here for me to roll Baylor, it feels like, in this one. Tech averaging nearly 40 points per game. Baylor, they're averaging 28 points. They're allowing just 24, but really it's been the blowouts a little bit here coming in. So I've got Texas Tech as my play on the show here against Baylor. Rich is on Texas Tech with me as well. And he also likes the over. We're right on board. Rich and I, long time chat friend for sure. All right. USC is on the road, taking on Maryland here as a favorite. What? Well, okay, I get it. I mean, USC, they're obviously, probably better than Maryland, but are they? We don't know. Both teams are 3-3. Yeah, I know that USC is going to have the higher rating here. It feels like coming in, but handicappers I surveyed, what can I say? It's almost unanimous on Maryland. I showed as many as 15 cappers here to just one on USC. So I've got to think Maryland's going to beat them. Probably I'm going to be taking a little bit of money line action here, it feels like, for me in this one. But over is going to be my play here on the show at 56.6. What is it? A digital channel here? 56.5. That one we got to update. We can't look like a fool more than we already do. I'll take the over here with USC and Maryland as my play here on the show. But I don't know, man. It feels like, to me, this is a bad spot right now. SC's 1-3 in the Big Ten. We know how things are going so far in the Big 18. At this point for UCLA and USC. USC 0-6 against the spread in their last 6 games as a road favorite here. Riley 8-19-1 against the spread as a road favorite. USC 11-23. ATS last 34 conference games. Yes, they're in a different conference, but they're obviously struggling here in this conference. Maryland's 0-3 in the Big Ten as well. They're not looking too great either, but they have played pretty well in their wins defensively, and the quarterbacks look pretty good so far with Edwards there, and I think with Loxley here getting points at home, Maryland hasn't been too great, but I don't know. This feels like a toss-up game to me so far. Maryland has been terrific in the turnover department until last week. So I'm going to end up here taking the over here. I don't think this is going to be a very good, not much defense, it feels like to me. All right. Rich says Maryland's just a total public. Yeah, I agree. But I still had to, still taking them somewhere around the way here. And yeah, they could fold. There's no doubt about it. But all they got to do is cover this touchdown. Keep it going here. Let's go out to the Mountain West with New Mexico taking on Utah State here in this one. The widely reported Steam came in on the under in this one, which, well, that's kind of peculiar, right? Because this is a ridiculous 77.5 total in this one. So obviously we're expecting a game here. It's a near pick'em. So even I can figure this one out. 78 divided by 2, that's 39. New Mexico's favored by 2. So 40-38. Are we really going to see that here? I'm just going to take the under. If we get an 80-point game here in this one, I get it. Both teams are giving up over 40 points per game thus far. The two teams have combined to go 9-3 to the over here thus far. But like I said, the widely reported Steam came in on the under, and this thing just kept going up and up and up. So I just feel like it's a touchdown too high. I think it's a totally public move here for the most part. I think the Sharps are kind of going to be on the under here in this one. And, well, this is a pretty bad game between 2-4 New Mexico and 1-5 Utah State. So I'm going to give out a double play here on the show here. I bet all these plays, but, be lucky if you're going to get not even anything close to even a quarter unit on this play. Just to be honest here, I think we're all realistic bettors here. I love a good whale to come in and load up on my picks back when I was selling $25, $35, $45 picks. But here, I'm just going to give these picks away for free. New Mexico in the under. Be lucky if I put $20 on that. And that's the damn truth. All right, here we go. Next up, this one. All right. When you're betting every game, you guys, like I do, this is what you're getting with me, unlike any other show out there. All right, Wyoming and San Jose State. Not saying we're the best, but we're talking about every single game, aren't we, in 2.5 hours? Wyoming and San Jose State. San Jose State coming in 4-2. They've looked good this season, 4-2 against the spread. Wyoming's 1-5, 1-5 against the spread. Wyoming's gone over in 5 of their 6 games so far this season, including 4 of their last 6 on the road, dating back to last year. San Jose State has covered the spread in 5 straight meetings between these two teams. San Jose State's on a roll right now. This spread's gone up from 10 to 11.5. I like San Jose State here. I'm going to take the over as my play here on the show. I kind of think San Jose State's going to win. I just wish it was a little bit less. I might have to buy it down. So I won't recommend it here, but I'm probably going to find a way to bet on San Jose State. Maybe take it down to 10 points here, but feels like I want a piece of them today. I'll take the over. I think they're going to put up some numbers here in this one against the Cowboys. All right. And I think Thomas is joining me on some wagers here today. It's just me and Thomas and 65 of our friends watching here at this point. Colorado and Arizona in a high-profile matchup here right now, and handicappers that I follow all over Colorado. I'm showing a 13-2 ratio of my favorite handicappers here in this one. I'm already on the total here in this game, so I'll just leave it at that. I will say that Arizona's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games, but Colorado and Arizona have gone over in 7 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams. I've only seen handicappers on the over, really, for the most part. This one's gone up from 55.5 up to 58. And the move clearly on Colorado here. I showed Arizona as high as a 5-point favorite, now down to 2. Like Colorado, maybe to win this game even here right now. And that's what I'm going to end up doing, is taking the Buffaloes here at +2 in this one. Maybe I'm going to sprinkle the money line. Not heavy, but I'm on Colorado over Arizona tonight. Our Tom Sykes, Arizona here in this one. Texas A&M and Mississippi State, more SEC action here tonight with Texas A&M, a 2-touchdown favorite here on the road. The widely reported steam came in on Texas A&M. They were as low as a 15-point favorite. They're now up to a 20-point favorite. I typed these plays in, probably about 6 hours ago now, it seems like, because I was rocking in the middle of the night with some tennis and other things, but right now they're up to a 20-point favorite. I'm going to take the under here in this one at 56.5. I kind of like Texas A&M, but man, 20 points is getting a little dicey here at this point. Maybe I have to lay off a side. Maybe I could find them in a teaser or something like that. It feels like for me today. So let me just take that as my play with the under here at 56.5. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over. This is no slouch of a matchup here usually, but Mississippi State's having some issues here at this time. Just 1-5 overall. They are 3-3 against the spread, so that concerns me a little bit. They're able to get some of these big numbers so far this season. Texas A&M's just 2-4 against the spread so far with that 5-1 record. So give me the under here, 56.5, A&M and Mississippi State. Bob McCormick said he liked Colorado, and Thomas is on A&M here. Maybe that'll put me on A&M. All right, here's an interesting matchup here. It's Ball State and Vandy, but it is a non-league, a non-conference, non-league. I do cover high school football on Friday nights, so sometimes I say non-league a lot. I guess it is non-league in a way, right? But it's conference. All right, non-conference game here with Ball and Vandy. So far, the widely reported steam came in on Vandy, and it also came in on the under as Manchester United has tied the game here in the first minute and a half of the second half to tie that game. Everton on top of it, Ipswich 2-0. And what else? Brighton 1-0 over Newcastle, it looks like here. Reading a few scores. Okay, so Vanderbilt took the steam. The under took the steam here. And look, I know we're all about Vandy, and they're 5-1 against the spread, but this is a non-conference game here, right, with these two teams. And look, these two teams have combined to go 11-1 to the over here so far this season. Now, can Ball get any points against Vandy? Maybe. Ball's gone over in 5 of their last 6 on the road. Maybe Vandy could just blow them out. I don't know if that's going to be the case here, but I'm going to take the over as my play here right now. I kind of want to go with Ball, but just a little, Vandy's looked so good here at this point. They're 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games right now, dating back to last season. So, all right, just give me the over for sure, Ball State and Vandy in this one. Could be a big game for Diego. Okay, we got some steam here right now. I want to report to you as we keep it going. Lafayette, not UL Lafayette. This is the Lafayette Leopards against Sacred Heart here on the added board. Lafayette got steamed at -15. They're up to -16 or so here right now. Lafayette taking steam against Sacred Heart. LSU is taking on Arkansas State. So, no, they're not. They're taking on Arkansas, you guys. What are we doing here? It's SEC action with LSU taking on Arkansas in this one. And, well, LSU's up to 2.5-point favorite. I saw them as low as maybe a 1-point favorite earlier this week. The total here has definitely gone up here to about 57.5. I'm showing handicappers pretty heavy here on Arkansas, maybe by more than a 2-1 margin here in this one, but I don't really know if I like some of the cappers. I mean, I like them as cappers, but I don't like the way they've been performing this season. So I'm going to end up just taking the under here. I have a premium in this game, quite frankly, and you got LSU here, 5-1 straight up, but just 2-4 against the spread so far. Meanwhile, for Arkansas, 4-2 against the spread, but 5-1. I mean, 4-2 straight up, but 5-1 against the spread. So that's kind of caught my attention, I think, for me here in this one. You got LSU coming in 2-0 in conference so far. Nussmeier's been pretty good for sure. 18 touchdowns, 6 interceptions so far. LSU did win on the road against Ole Miss. Remember, 36-33. They didn't cover the spread in that game, but they were a 6.5-point favorite. So LSU, they're on a little bit of a roll since that SC game here, but they are just 2-5 ATS on the road against the spread under Kelly. No doubt LSU's been rolling conference competition here, but should note LSU 7-1 straight up, but 3-4-1 against the spread last 8 meetings between these two teams, and they also gone 4-0 straight up, 2-2 against the spread last 4 trips here into Arkansas. So remember these SEC underdogs. We talked about the road underdogs. It's not just road underdogs. I just made that stat for emphasis. The 10-1 record still continues 7-3 for home underdogs. So underdogs so far right now in the SEC, 17-4 against the spread. Now this is a close spread, close number. I'm taking the under as my play here, but maybe you get the gist of what I'm saying. Here we go with a little bit more added board steam. 2 games for you right now. Cornell and Bucknell. I'm showing the total was 58.5. I'm showing it up now. It's going up. It's going up here, maybe close to 60 here for Cornell and Bucknell. Also, Lehigh and Yale. First game on the board on the rotation here. This one is getting steamed to the over as well. Lehigh and Yale was 54.5. It looks like it's going to go maybe here to 56 in that Ivy League matchup. We've got some major steam right now coming in on the biggest game of the day, Georgia and Texas. We are seeing this one right now. We haven't gotten there just yet with the previews, but the steam is coming in right now on this one with Georgia and Texas. The steam's coming in on the under here at this point. Showing still a lot of 57s, but I show 56 under at Bet Online right now. Reported steam on the under here. Looks like it's holding steady, though. Not all the books are moving. Just, there we go. There we go. Maybe just a little tick here to the under. We'll get there in just a moment. We've got to go, man. We've got to go. Here we go. Next up, Arkansas State and Southern Miss here in this one. Man, Arkansas State is a popular play today among some of the best handicappers out there, but I'm showing a 2-to-1 ratio of handicappers on Arkansas State. I'm taking the under here in this one. I've got closer to 50 points, it feels like, for me. I think the total did start out lower in a few spots here, but I'm going to take the under with Arkansas State and Southern Miss. Arkansas State's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games. Yeah, Southern Miss is a long-term over here over the last couple of seasons for sure, but they are just 2-4 to the under this season right now, and they're just 1-5. So I think Arkansas State might be rolling these guys here today. In fact, let's go double play. I don't know if I'm going to, get to laying more than 7. I think it has gone up. No, it's still mostly 7. Give me a double play, though. Maybe a little teaser action here. Arkansas State and the under for me. I got a double play in that one. Oh, I'm missing out on your comments. Let me get back to them. Sorry, gang. Let's see here. I missed. Let's see. Thomas was on Bandy and Twisted. Leaning Bandy in the over there. Thank you. Thomas on Arkansas. Or Thomas on Arkansas. Okay, thanks, guys. Here we go. With next up, Central Florida taking on Iowa State in Big 12 action here in this one, and showing handicappers a solid choice here with Iowa State here in this one. Quick one here, though. Got some added board steam. Stony Brook and Towson here, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Steam to the over here. It was 50. It's now 51, maybe even 51 and a half here. Stony Brook and Towson. All right, Central Florida here and ninth-ranked Iowa State. Let's be clear, they're 6-0, 5-0, 5-1 against the spread thus far. They might have the Knights right where they need them here this time. I feel like this might be a tough trip here for Central Florida right now, given the way Iowa State's defense is playing, allowing just 11.5 points per game so far coming into this one. They've been pretty strong here so far. Big story has been Iowa State. Iowa State's covered 5 straight games as well. Central Florida has gone under in 4 of their last 5 games on the road. And at 50, I've got to go under here in this one. I'm not sure Central Florida is going to be reaching their peak. It feels like for me in this one, I maybe only have them for 2 touchdowns here today in this one against Iowa State. More added board steam real quick. Let me read another one off here to you with Columbia and Penn. Steam going over here. Columbia and Penn. It was 43.5. I think we're up to 45 here with Columbia and Penn, or at least it looks like it's heading that way right now. Steam to the over. Columbia and Penn. All right. Thomas will take Central Florida, and this one will go against each other, it feels like. All right, here with next up is Kansas State taking on West Virginia in Morgantown, and I'm showing here in this one, handicappers leaning towards Kansas State by about a 3-1 margin. In fact, I see some of the better cappers here on Kansas State here today, and I wonder about some of the cappers here on West Virginia, although they're posting some nice records. The widely reported steam came in on West Virginia here, and I guess I might be actually against those Sharpies in this one. Kansas State looking great, 6-1 here right now, coming in to this one, or 5-1 coming into this one, but just 2-4 against the spread here. West Virginia also 2-4 to the number here, but I don't know. I'm worried about this one for Kansas State. I couldn't pull the trigger on a premium at all in this game. I'd love to, as this is going to be feels like a doozy. I'm going to take West Virginia here, plus 2.5 against K-State. I'm probably going to buy some. I'm going to recommend it here at 2.5. You might be able to get 3 at this point. I was almost said I was going to buy some points. I might have to buy a little bit here. There was just let me see, what was it? A wide receiver for West Virginia, Treylon Ray. He is questionable in this game, so I'll take a further look. I don't know if I could do anything with the total. Handicappers seem to favor the total in this one, up to 56.5 right now. Just give me West Virginia against K-State. Southampton 2, Leicester 1 right now. Robert says West Virginia at home. R. Thompson, West Virginia. I'm on West Virginia. Thomas Lewis is on West Virginia. Could it be consensus play number 2 with West Virginia right there? All right. North Texas taking on Memphis. And you got the Tigers here favored by 11 in this one. The widely reported steam did come in here on Memphis. They took it all the way up. It looked like to as high as 13 here in this one, but I don't know, man. This to me feels more like the game that I was interested in, the high total. This feels like the 77 game. Well, maybe not 77, but this feels like the 70-point game to me right now. This is a great matchup here, obviously. Both teams come in 5-1. I'm trying to find a way to bet on this game on the side. I just haven't gotten there yet. Don't know if I can even send it out as a premium. I usually like to pick the bigger games. I mean, I know I'm heavy on premiums. I mean, on a short card, I'll give out half the card. On a card like this, we're going 20 or more plays, but tough game. Memphis 4-2 against the spread, despite that 5-1 record. North Texas 5-1 to the over. Memphis 1-5 to the under. So that's what was a little bit perplexing to me, but I think 70 points. That's what I want to say here in this game. North Texas has gone over in 6 of the last 7. I'm sure Memphis will put up a big number. North Texas is going to have to cooperate here, obviously. First, I wanted to lean to them. They should be able to hang in this game. Memphis has gone under in 5 of their last 6, but handicappers are on North Texas for sure, but the steam came in on Memphis. I'm a mess with this game. You knew that already. I'll take the over here at 67.5. All right. Keep going right now with the big one we just talked about. Let me look at the total again and see if it has moved lower. Indeed, with 56 right now at Bet Online, 56.5 still in a lot of other places in the big game here tonight with Georgia and Texas. I'm showing handicappers clearly on Georgia here by a 2.5 to 3-1 margin in this one. You got, every man's going to have an opinion. Every man and woman, every capper. Probably going to have an opinion here in this one. The widely reported steam did come in on Texas as well as the under that we just mentioned here. And Manchester United has taken the lead against Brentford. Boo! All right. For Texas, obviously they've come in now having won 5 straight. They've also won 5 straight games at home. It should be noted Georgia comes in with that 5-1 record right now. But note, Georgia just 1-5 against the spread so far. Texas 5-1 against the spread. I'm on Georgia. It's just too many points, man. At 4.5 here right now, or 5, whatever it is. I just think this is going to be a game tonight. I think it's coming down to the wire. Handicappers are overwhelming on the over in this one. I'm showing handicappers a 5-1 ratio on the over, despite that steam that we just felt come in there a little while ago. So, all right, I know you've got a few opinions here, I would think, on this one. Georgia, they've won 22 of their last 25 on the road. Our Tom's likes the under. Thomas Lewis is on Texas. Okay, we're coming down the home stretch here. Just a handful of games left in college football. And then we're going to roll through quickly the hockey plays. The show will be over. Iowa and Michigan State here. Iowa is a 6.5-point favorite against Michigan State. This has been a very, very popular play among handicappers this week. Probably about a 2-1 margin here for Iowa as a road favorite here right now. We know Michigan State, whatever their issues are here, they're still 3-3, but the offense hasn't looked that sharp, averaging 19.8 points per game. Defense has been okay, averaging 21 points per game, but I'm taking Iowa here in this one. The steam came in on Iowa. The steam also came in on the under here in this one. I'm going to take the Iowa as my play, but, I don't know if we're getting back to those Big Ten unders, but we are down here to 39 or so. It's showing right now, and maybe 39.5, but 5 straight meetings here between these two teams in East Lansing have gone under. Iowa's gone under in 10 of their last 11 on the road. Michigan State's gone under in 8 of their last 9 games overall. So big time under trends. I'm showing handicappers only on the over, at least the ones that are selling their picks out there like me. but the steam has come in, like I said, on the under. Give me Iowa here. I'll lay some points. I wasn't going to go premium. I like Iowa. Feels high. I should win it by more than a touchdown, I feel like right now. Okay, here's Thomas on Iowa and the over. A few more games here. How about Kentucky and Florida? This one's close, man. Kentucky, a 1-point favorite in this one. Here against the Gators on the road in Gainesville. The total, 41.5. All right, Kentucky comes in 3-3, 1-3 in the SEC right now. They won at Ole Miss, remember, 20-17. They were a 15-point dog, of course, in that game. So Kentucky's quarterback, the former Georgia quarterback, done a pretty nice job here. Kentucky, they're not road favorites very often, maybe once a year in a non-conference game, maybe, but here on a conference game. They are 4-2 against the spread. Their last 6 opportunities as a road favorite. Kentucky's gone under in 5 of their 6 games so far this season. They're also 8-4 against the spread, coming off of a loss. Now for Florida, obviously their issues are at quarterback here right now with Mertz out. Now they've got the freshman, I believe, in there, Lagway. Here he's thrown 4 interceptions so far. This has not been a great spot, a great time for Florida over the years at home against the spread, 17-25 in their last 42 against the spread at home. So let's see if you guys are going to chime in here. Kentucky's actually won the last 3 meetings between these teams. I'm taking Kentucky here. So are handicappers. It feels like nearly unanimous. And feels like over 80% of the cappers I surveyed are on the over here in this one. Kentucky 6-0-1 against the spread. Last 7 meetings against the Gators, even though the Gators have won 12 of the last 14 meetings overall and 21 of the last 25, but it's a different Kentucky. I'm on Kentucky here as a favorite in this one. All right, and so is Thomas. Colorado State is taking on Air Force here with Colorado State, a 6.5-point favorite on the road against Air Force. They're not Army. They're not even Navy. They are Air Force here in Colorado State. Big favorite here in this one by 6.5. Look, it was as high as 9. Maybe there is some value to this Colorado State team. 4 out of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Colorado State's gone under in 4 of their last 5 on the road. The widely reported steam came in on the under. Air Force has won 5 straight meetings between these two teams. They've also beaten them 5 straight meetings at home. But right now, Air Force 0-6. I imagine Colorado State will be able to score here against Air Force. Though this is a pretty high number here at 50.5 for two teams that are combined averaging 37.5 points per game. And I think that's what's going to happen is we will see points scored in this game with 2. Colorado State's okay, but I'm going to go over here, 44.5 here in this one. To me, I get it because the team's Air Force is so bad, but I think we're going to get at least 6 touchdowns here. This one goes over. It's closer to 50 for me in this one. Robert's got CSU. Thomas has CSU as well. SMU and Stanford. You got SMU, a big favorite here on the road. I kind of want to take them, but man, this one has been, I think, one of the biggest risers all week right now with SMU. They were as low as a 12-point favorite of the opener at Sturka, maybe 14 overall, and it's gone up at least a field goal here. So give me the total here in this one under the widely reported steam came in on the under. It's down to 54. It was as high as 58.5. Promise you, 58.5 even here with SMU. 5-1. Don't forget, they are looking pretty strong here. Also 4-2 against the spread, averaging 40 points per game. I'll still take them under. I don't know if Stanford here is going to have a very successful day. Maybe Stanford can get 2 touchdowns in this one. I'll take the under here with SMU and Stanford. Some steam just came in, by the way. Columbia and Penn. We talked about oh, no, I'm sorry. I've already reported that one. Steam came in on the over. Sorry about that, gang. We're almost done here, though, right now. Just a couple of more games. And we'll also run down those NHL plays. Anyway, we're going to get NHL plays, and that's what we're going to get. UNLV is a favorite here on the road, 6.5 points at Oregon State. Man, UNLV 5-1. They've been absolutely terrific. It's been no problem with their new quarterback, or the quarterback here, I guess is safe to say. And the steam came in on UNLV in this one, but the steam also came in on the under, and I'm not sure if I think this one's going over, man. UNLV's averaging 45 points per game. I know they're on the road here right now, but I would think we'd just end up in a shootout, man. This one's got to be going over 60 points, I would think. Oregon State at home, they're averaging 31. Sure, UNLV is pretty decent, but they're decent, feels like, on offense with that 45 points per game average. Yeah, they allow 22, but I would think over here would probably be the right call. But I'm actually going to take Oregon State as my play, plus the points in a shootout. Both teams getting close to 35 points, I figure, in this one today. I've got it as a wild one tonight. Thomas is on UNLV. Last one in college football, TCU and Utah. You guys are tired of hearing me talk about the games, I'm sure. So here I'm going to take TCU. I'm taking TCU. The widely reported steam came in on TCU. Yes, Utah comes in 4-2, but they are just 2-4 against the spread. TCU not much better, 1-5 against the spread, but their problem has been as a favorite in a couple of opportunities here. So as a dog, I'm willing to take them here plus 6 points. Or I'm sorry, plus 3 points. At plus 6, I was on them for sure, probably as a premium. But this has been also one of the biggest movers of the week. It was as high as 7. Now we're dealing with just a 3 here in this one. We know the story is Cam Rising. He is out indefinitely, and that's why the line moved. It wasn't something like we're not missing any value, really. Yeah, you could have got it if you saw the writing on the wall, and I'm sure many of you did. I mean, he's been out for off and on, of course, for his whole career, but for sure for the last 5 days, it looks like he wasn't going to make this game. The line moved quickly. I'll take TCU. Maybe I'll take him on the money line here as well. In this one, I got a premium on the under. Check out my picks over at Winnable. Show it real quick because we got to go and get off the air here. I got 21 plays right now, I believe. Maybe 20. Don't hold me to it. It's only $4. Click the QR code. Pardon me. My plays are over at Winnable. Use the promo code STEAM to save. Oh, I feel so naked. Use the promo code STEAM here. I've been talking for 2.5 hours, and I'm out of talk. So here we go. Let's go to the NHL real quick. These are just going to be plays, gang. Maybe I'll take one gander at a little bit of information. Maybe pass a few stats along if you maybe the records. See what we're doing here. But we got to roll with these games. Get off the air. Let you get your plays in. We're just 20 minutes away from kickoff. All right, NHL action here tonight with the Lightning taking on the Senators. The Lightning here favored on the road, $1.25. Don't hold me to these prices here. In fact, it's up to $1.35 or so here in this one right now. And I think I want the dog. Let me make sure. This is an early start at 10 Eastern and 10 Pacific, 1 Eastern. You bet. I like Ottawa here as an underdog here today. I'll even try to call up the goalies here if I can. Vasilevsky could be Forsberg here right now. In fact, let me talk also real quick. I'm showing some steam here on a play that I like. This might be the coverage of the game. Rangers and Leafs. Game total getting steamed to the over right now at, they're going to juice up 6 here. It might even go to 6.5. I like Rangers and Leafs game to go over here. I'm a little bit out of turn, but this is the coverage here. We're going fast. There it is. Rangers, Shesterkin, and the Leafs here with Solars, it feels like. Neither are confirmed. This is a good game here, obviously, tonight with the Rangers and the Leafs. Both teams already with 3 wins. That's a later game, but just want to report it there because the steam came in. All right, Red Wings and Predators here in this one, and I'm going to be on the under at 6.5 goals here in this one. You got Nashville so far. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under. 4 of the last 5 between these two in Nashville have gone under, and I'm going to take the under here in this one. Thank you, Thomas, for the 2 consensus football plays. Here's the Oilers and the Stars, and the Stars are a slight favorite in this one at $1.25. In fact, this one's down close to a pick'em. We're not going to change the graphics. We're in a hurry. But the move looks to be on Edmonton here in this one. And quite frankly, I'm not buying it. I don't know if I agree with that play. Now, they also are heavy on the under here in this one. I'm just going to take Edmonton as my – I'm taking the Dallas Stars as my play here over Edmonton in this one. I like Dallas tonight. All right. Keep it rolling right now. The Golden Knights are going to take on the Panthers here. I already gave out the Panthers, gang. Remember here, I think the Panthers, I think this one's going to be a pretty high-scoring game here. Maybe Panthers 5-3. Exact score line tonight. 5-3 Panthers over the Golden Knights as my play. No cap here on the show. We'll cap some games on the weekdays, right, gang? All right, keep going here right now. With Florida, we'll have Bobrovsky in goal here for sure. He's struggled a little bit so far, but they got Bob in there. Wild and Blue Jackets in this one. I've got the under here at maybe at 6.5. You might have a hard time finding that. Let me look here. Might be 6 at most places. Yeah, 6.5 under. No, 6.5 under still. Looks like it's juiced to the under here right now. We do see there was some information that came. Kent Johnson, the center for the Jackets, he is out tonight. Tarasov will be in there tonight for Columbus. I will take the under here at a juiced 6.5, under 25 tonight. Minnesota and the Blue Jackets. Canadians and Islanders here in this one. You got the Canadians on the road. Going to be a big underdog, of course, going up against the Isles. A 2.25 favorite here in this one. And for me, I'm going, let's see here. I have the Canadians in this one on the puck line at plus 1.5 here in this one. Let's see if I can't get the right price for you exactly. I'm going to take Montreal plus 1.5 at minus $1.45 or so. This one felt a little bit difficult here, but I can't maybe get on the Islanders here right now. Sorokin against Sam. It feels like the matchup here right now. Montreal, they definitely have to get things kind of moving in the right direction. 2-3 right now, but it's been the Islanders. Just 1 win in regulation so far. Both teams averaging just about 2.5 goals per game. All right, we talked about the Rangers game. There it is. So we'll just kind of pass it by there. And the Capitals here and the Devils. I'm taking Washington here. They're off to a good start at 2-1. 2-1 on the puck line as well. We know the Devils are 5-2, lead the NHL in wins so far this season. I guess we could stay here at this point. But Washington has won 8 of the last 9 meetings on the road in this series. Give me Washington here on the puck line. They've won 8 of the last 9 games at New Jersey. Give me Washington here in this one. Canucks are at the Flyers. The Flyers here, they're an underdog against the Canucks in this one with Artur Silovs in goal, I believe, tonight here. It looks like for Vancouver, although we do see some talk here. Let me see what it. I think we had some talk here about the goaltending tonight here on Hockey Night. Could be Lankinen in there for the Canucks, but definitely Urson here for the Flyers. So give me the Flyers with Urson in there tonight. That's what I prefer here in this one. Let's see, we just getting the old goalie confirmation. Let's see what game it was. Buffalo and Chicago. Soderblom is in there for Chicago. Okay, we'll get into that one. We're almost there. Here we go. Next up, we got the Flyers here as a dog at home. Hurricanes and Blues. Now I'm going to take a favorite here with the Hurricanes on the road. Kochetkov in goal here, probably against Binnington. It feels like in this one for Carolina here as a road favorite against the Blues. Look, Carolina right now, they're the ones that come in at 2-1 so far. They've gone under in 2 of the 3 games with a push. Blues 3-2 here so far. They've done a nice job, but I'm taking Carolina here on the road in this one. On Hockey Night, Carolina's won 5 of the last 6 meetings between these 2 teams here. St. Louis has been doing a nice job at home, but they've been on the road a little bit. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams have gone over, but I'm going to take Carolina on the road here. All right, a couple more here. The Sabres and the Blackhawks. Just talked about the goalie situation here with Luukkonen definitely in tonight for Buffalo. And in this one, I'm on the Sabres here at $1.35 or so. I believe it has gone up here, $1.35, maybe even $1.40 here at this point. And let me see if that total goes to 6.5, because it's 6.5 over right now. If it gets to 6.5, or no, 6, it's 6 over right now. If it gets to 6.5, going to come down with a premium on the under. I'm pretty sure of that. Getting Jacob Markstrom will be in goal here for New Jersey. Also, Jesper Bratt, the winger for the Devils, he is questionable tonight with an illness that just in off the high-speed sports wire. Give me Buffalo in this one. Next up, the Bruins on the road against Utah. The Utah Hockey Club keep on trucking here with Utah here at this point. Feels like they've done just a terrific job thus far this season right now. And look, they are a home underdog here against Boston. So I do like Utah, and that's who I'm going to take in this matchup. Not sure about the total at this point, but there is some reverse line movement here. The total right now at a 6 flat. I don't know about that. I'm going to go with Utah here at home. Obviously, they've been looking pretty good so far. It's been a pretty good start here for Hockey Club. They are 3-1-1 so far. Bruins 3-2. Both teams 4-1 to the total over so far between Boston and Hockey Club. Oh, I'm going delirious. Last game, Hockey Club Flames and Kraken, this is it. I've got the Kraken here tonight as a favorite. Kraken 3-2. The Flames are red hot. The Flames are 4-0. They're burning the ice. They're scorching at this point. 4-0. They've covered the puck line in each one. But the Kraken are $1.50 favorite. Let's take the Kraken here. Figure the odds makers are right. Otherwise, why wouldn't it be $1.20 or $1.25? Kraken looks pretty decent. It feels like to me right now. I don't know how you feel about it, but Calgary has won the last 5 meetings between these two teams in Seattle now. 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone over, but Seattle here, yes, 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone over. That's it. No more comments from you guys. You guys got to be tired of me right now. So 75 of you finish the show with me. Thank you so much. That's it. We're going to get out of here real quick. I'll send out some plays here. Hopefully you got that steam. That'll keep you going if you want to play a little FCS action. I'll have a package, but probably shade it towards past the 1 o'clock games. I don't know if I can get anything out in a fair amount of time for you guys to get some plays in for the free subscribers, of course, of mine over at Winnable. That's where you find me here. Grab my plays for today, though, right now, just $4. Get 21 plays in college football. I'm also going to send out my UFC card momentarily. All bouts with the winner, the round, the finish will be, decision, a submission, or a knockout, and what round I predict in each fight. You can cultivate your plays there. You don't have to play it exactly, but you might like a fighter one way, you might like him another in the round proposition. But part of my package here on Saturdays is to give you my UFC plays here for the day, and you can pick those up over at the Winnable app today. All the fights on the card today. Make sure you join the gang here today on Sports Money. They're going to be here with a full coverage of UFC action tonight here from the Apex in Las Vegas. And you can still pick up the VIP package and invite me and pick me up and take me over there to the fights if you want. I'll go with you. Hey, join me here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 Pacific for NFL action here on the morning steam. I'll be back tomorrow with more coverage here. But for now, hopefully give you a bunch of free winners here on the show. I also got First Strike, our UFC programming here on the Sports Money Network. We previewed the show with the guys, and they gave their picks on today's UFC card. I'm talking about Jeff, Mikey, Jim, as well as Sub. So check it out here at the Sports Money Network, a 20-minute show with our best plays for the UFC card tonight. We'll be back at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, right here on the Sports Money Network with live coverage, Hernandez versus Pereira, UFC action here tonight, a big card tonight. And I'll be back here with you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. That's it. We got to go. See you tomorrow here for the Sports Money Network. Oh, I'm going to yell out one play here. Hold on. It's going to be, I've got one play in the CFL. Oh, gosh. Take the Ottawa Red Blacks plus 3.5 against Toronto today. That is my play in the CFL. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Can't escape from the team called the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.